Also, everyone, no sun today, so we've moved to another garden, and we have at least no wind. So I hope you can hear me. Let's start with a warm up because it's a bit chilly, and we'll go from there. Okay, jump. Loose shoulders, loose elbows, loose wrists, flexible ankles. Okay, switch it from left to right. Plus the arms. Some. Yoko. And arms around big circles. Really vigorous. It's kind of chilly out here today. And back. Across and up. Just like your karate technique, use your torso to move your limbs. Chest, upper back, chest, lower back, chest, upper back, chest, center. Your shoulder stretch. Other side. Over. Stretch that shoulder and bend. And change. Stretch the arm as well. Other side. And forward. Hips forward. Back and twist. Twist the other way. Big circle down. Zen Kutachi. Good koshi. Timing of opening, timing of closing, timing of flexing, timing of extending. Just feel that timing. Feel your backside engage, then your loins. Backside, loins. Backside, loins. Shigurachi. Arm, shoulder in. And change. Feet a little bit wider, shinkyak. And the other side. Yeah, twist. Squeeze down deep. Twist the other way. And squeeze down. Kaikyak. Bends. Knees around. Hips around. And head forward and back. Side to side. Just stretch up and relax. Shinkoku. Hey, okay, Tyson. Okay, let's start with our standard classics. Koshi Shomin, Gakuzuki out. Coil it back. Just think about bringing this arm into your body, not back and forth. Some in. So when you're doing something absolute like our kihon, you want to be able to go in, 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 in. You can't go back, because then it'll go back and out the other side, into the body, here, out of the body, some into the body, she out of the body. Oh, look, shich, hach, ke, here. So as we get this hip rotation, which creates centrifugal force, we have to guide that through the middle. Some guide it through the middle. Oh, she, go, look, shich, don't let this flap, hach, ke, here. From here, this time we're going to pop it open. Open up the armpit. That's a sign of opening up the armpit. So don't make it about the hand, but recognize the hand will turn out when you open the arm. Well, when you open the armpit, I should say. Sotuke, in this case, shito. Yi, sam, shi, go, rock, shich. Don't do this. Height is artificial. Cut it round. Ja. So with gyakuzuki, shoot it out straight. With shito, pop it round, the same hip twist. So with gyakuzuki, you have the same hip rotation, but the relationship's different. With the arm on gyakuzuki, you're keeping it and channeling it straight. With the arm on shito, you're popping it out. But what you want to aim for is the timing. The timing starts together, the timing starts together. But this one's going to be very whippy and very snappy, of course, whereas this one is going to be a thrust, literally a thrust. Yeah, yo, yeah, yo, some straight, yo, shit round, yo, go, rock, shit, hutch, yes. Okay, so you're playing with those relationships, and it's basically what happens throughout all your karate. Sometimes your hip's going to be channeling it straight, sometimes it's going to be bringing it round. And then the third one is prepping and going, which is what we'll get onto. Okay, other side. Zenkutsu shomen. Okay, gyakuzuki's out. Yeah, coil it back. Yeah. Now the arm has to go faster than the hip, of course. So on the way back as well, don't go some and then pop it back fast after. Pop it out fast after. Roar, you've got to bring it back quite swift in the beginning. Roar, and go out quite swift at the beginning. Quite swift at the beginning. Hard. And of course, as the hip gets faster, that has to get super fast. Yeah, yeah. Some, chick, go, rock, chich, hutch, ke, ja, yes. Yeah, okay, from there, pop it out. Dong, yeah. Some, she, go, rock, chich, hutch, ke. Yeah, try and resist the temptation to bring this up early. It's yeah. Some she go shich just straight and thrusting, keep it part of your body. Yes, and back. Pop it out. Yes, and back. Some yes. She go thrust. Rock snap. Chich harch. Okay, so the third one is to prep and go. So from gyakuzuki, prep our uraken, then from shito, prep our shito and go. Gyakuzuki, uraken, shito, shito. So you have two prep techniques, one popping out and round technique, and one straight thrusting technique. So gyakuzuki tsuite, uraken, ich, shito, ni, shito, sam, gyakuzuki, shi. Okay, so you've got the three types of timing you're going to have in relation to the same hip movement. So try not to, well, in the first two, in the straight gyakuzuki and in the shito, don't prep and go. In the third one, you have to prep and go. So that's the big difference between those two. So from here, you have to prep. In other words, don't go and flick the arm out. Prep it, even if it's momentary. It still exists, okay? With shito, you're going to go at the same time. In other words, the hip is going to instigate the whole motion. For the next shito, you have to prep. Some. For gyakuzuki, of course, no prep. Shi. Go, prep and go. Roll, cut it round. Shi, cut back. Hard. Ka. Ja. Okay, from here. Yeah, dong. Ni, gyakuzuki. Some, urake. Shi, shito. Go, shito. Roll, gyakuzuki. Chich. Hach. Ka. Ja, kai. Yame. Okay, so there's quite a lot going on there, and perhaps you can do a few extra reps slowly yourself. Let's change sides. Gyakuzuki. Yeah, from here, squeeze it for uraken. Yeah. Cut it round, but pop it out this time. Yeah. Prep, some, straight, shi. Prep, go. Shito, cut it round, rock. Prep, shich, straight, hard. So you've got all those different things that you have to focus on, which is brilliant, because when you've got a complexity of things that the brain has to take care of, then you start to get detachment. If you're moving with thought, then you're going to have total confusion. There's just too much going on. When you detach your mind, so you have to get the right order in several complex things, then you're going on to another level. You're going on to a level by which you can then start to teach and move and correct and guide the class all at the same time. So that's why a lot of instructors seem to have an ease about them, because they're not too into their own technique. They're able to detach their mind. It's quite an important thing when you jump up to instructor level. So from here, let's be able to detach our mind to give it direction, but not involve the mind in movement. Oi, yeah. Cut this out, pop this out. Yeah. Oi, some. She straight. Go. Go. Chich. Hach. Ka. Ja. Ich. Yeah. Some. She. Go. Look. Chich. Hach. Ka. Ja. Hey. Yummy. Hang on. Okay, try those drills. It's a little difficult, but at the same time, it's very simple. Yeah. Okay, let's come back to Zen Kuzurech. Hip square, squeeze the inner thigh, maigiri. Each time you do maigiri, try and make sure your center's shifting. So, yeah, center shifts. Yeah, oh. Don't make it about the kicking leg. Make it about your, how can I say, your mass, your weight going forward. Some, oh, she, when, you know, way back when in the instructor's class times, you know, Abe Sensei used to really shove my knee deeper and deeper, and I thought it wasn't very fair at the time, but you know, I realized that when you watch this you might think you're doing it, but actually we're almost not doing it at all. So you know, really be conscious of those things. I mean, that's about as far as I dare go, but it probably doesn't look that much, so push it to the limit and it might just be enough. Okay, 10 more. Yeah, some, she, go, look, shich, hach, ka, ja, hey, hantayash. Same thing. Start off with just the timing. Yeah, yeah, push that as far as you can. Some, she, oh. Look, chich, hach, ja. When I go faster, a thing that I'm also being careful of, just like Yakuzuki, is when I have this, the main source of power goes first, is spent and finished with, and then the kick comes after. So try and avoid that by gathering this leg up as soon as you can. So for the next 10, as we go faster, look out for that, it's going to happen. Squeeze it up. Yeah. Yeah, some, she, oh, look, chich, ah, still getting that deep bend. Ka, ja, hey. Okay, from there, cross your legs and just turn that foot out slightly. The reason I say that for Yokogiri Kyage now is if you keep it straight, we might end up doing a sort of hybrid kick like this. Now, my hips are very tight. They've both got big lumps of titanium in there, so it is what it is. But we can still get a lot of this movement, and that's what I'm going for. So with Kyage, light, prime the joint by bending this knee. Get there and back. Try and tilt your hips. Get that hip tilt. Some, she, oh, look. Also come back with your center. Hutch, don't come back with your foot because then you'll lose your balance. Tilt and come back. 10 more. Yeah, center squares up. Some. Prime the joint by bending it first. See. Go. Look. Hutch. Yes. Other side. Not trying to kick too high, because then I might break the form, but working on squeezing these hip flexors, tilting the hips, getting as much movement as I can without compromising this leg. That's my challenge. So we've all got something going on. Ready? Yeah. Some. She. Oh. Rock. It's very spongy. Okay, 10 more. Hitch. Yeah. Some. She. Go. Look. Shitch. Arch. Yes. From there, we shirigiri. And turn this way. So of course now we're going to move our hips this way. Try to also engage your lower back. Just as with maigiri, very clearly you're using the stomach. With yokogiri, very clearly you're squeezing the oblique. It's not so clear, and we can do this too much. Try and squeeze that lower back so when you go, you feel the compression here rather than a forward dip. Okay, let's go 10 on each side. Ready? Because it's a thrust, bring that knee back early. Some. Go. Rock. Shitch. Careful of hooking it around like that. Harch. And the other side. A lot of work on here if you can. And don't forget, even though we have to come back, try and get a bit of pushing feeling. So you're not just staying and poking your leg out, you are sending it with a hip motion. And that hip can only move if you drive off the floor through the leg. Ready? Yeah. Some. And also glance over your shoulder. Don't do this. Go. Direct the mind. Rock. Shitch. Hutch. Ka. Ja. Ta. Yame. Okay, so let's put them together. Maigiri, yokogiri, ushirigiri. Try and get your balance. We'll just do 5. Each time coming back to this leg. So if you do lose your balance in the middle, don't kick while you're hopping around. Get your balance first, and in the next few I'll probably have to do that. Yeah, stomach squeeze, obliques. Back. Some. She. Oh. Hey, okay, change legs. Same thing, let's keep going. Try and come back to this leg. If this leg is the only thing that you'll get, a drive from the floor with, of course, but also, we have to keep reminding ourselves that this is the dominant leg, not the kicking leg. The dominant leg sends the kicking leg. Get your balance before you land. Here, push off the floor. Some. She. Yes. Hey. Go. Yes. Then down. Hey. Yeah. We've all got a better side. That one's not so good. Okay, let's take a breath. So we'll stay with those kihon points and now move in what's called ido kihon, moving kihon. Gedambarai kamaite. Gyakuzuki tsuite. Stepping forward, gyakuzuki. Drive from here. Yeah. Some try and dominate here. She try not to do this. Go, drive and hit. Go, drive and hit. Gedambarai kamaikara. Cut the hip round this time. We're going to do shito. Cut the hip round. Yeah, shito. Cut it round. Yeah. So what you get is this constant movement forward of the body. See, not this followed by this. You don't have a dead spot in the middle. Go, hip moving around. I feel the strain here. Oh, 8 from kamae. Now it's uraken, so you have that prep moment. Prep, go. Prep, go. That will become more subtle in time now. So you can almost go direct, but only if you've got the internal workings. Some, see, don't do this. Oh, there's part of the prep. See, this other arm goes. Oh, let's start from shito. We're going to finish with shito. Gyakuzuki's first. Yeah, let's channel it forward. Both sides of the body. There's that prep. Put the back in. Cut this hip round. Shito. Gyakuzuki. Prep the other side forward. Back in. Cut the hip round. Shito. Okay, a little sharper. Hit. Yeah. Some. It's. Yeah. Some. Drive the hip. On the other side now. Same thing. Other leg. Gyakuzuki first. Yeah, it's straight in. Use the opposite body. Uraken ni. Bring that one around. Big work. Some. Gyakuzuki. back in, balance the body, stop, cut that hip round. Yeah, some, yes, yeah, some, yes. Yummy. Get Kitty, my Kitty first. Close here, but very importantly, drive this side. Yeah. Remember we were doing it going back. It was all about this leg. It's still all about that leg. Yeah. Some, shake, go, roll, ha. So your Maigiri is driving the opposite. It's going to be a little bit more like your Shito. In other words, this hip goes, kick it with right, right hip goes. Maigiri left hip for the right kick. Mawashiri right hip for the right kick. Draw this up. Try and keep up with the hip rotation. Yeah. Try and keep up with the hip rotation. Yeah. Hip rotation. Some. Yes. Shake. Go. Roll. Ha. Yummy. Okay, with the shirigiri, we have the rotation. We're going to try and channel it a little bit more like we were doing with Gyakuzuki. Channel it through, move on the ball of your foot. Yeah. Straight. So now it's going to be left leg kicking, the right glute. Yeah, right glute pushes. Right leg kicking, left glute. Some. She. Roll. Roll. Ha. So we put those together. It's going to be left hip, left hip, left hip. For the kicks, right, left and right. But left, left, left. Yes, left. Yeah, left again for Marshigiri. Some left glute for shirigiri. Now it's going to be right, right, right. Yeah, it's right side hits. Right side again. Yeah, for Marshigiri. Right glute, some. Okay, when you have too many things to think about, the mind gets distracted. Give the mind one massive thing to think about. So it's going to be left, 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 right, right, right. That's what I'm thinking about, putting my mind to either my left hip or my right. Okay, 3 times in a row it's going to be the left. Hitch. 3 times in a row the right. Yeah. Ah. Yummy. Okay, kihon owari. The kihon's finished today. Oos.